Hello Minecrafters, this is Wordspire here, and today I'm going to show you how to turn a zombie mob spawner into a harvesting station for zombie villagers. On the server that I play on, you cannot breed villagers and there are not villagers available at all. So this is a solution for situations like that. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I'd like to show you is I have built a simulated mob spawner here, and you can see there's some redstone lamps on top and some redstone circuitry, etc. And we're going to go into detail and explain exactly what that is for. So without further ado, we are now inside the mob spawner that I've built. This is a 9 by 9 by 9 by 9. So it's a 9 by 9 square. The floor space is 9 by 9, and that's important. As you can see that I have one space of clearance above the mob spawner, and I have two spaces of clearance beneath the mob spawner. This is important. The one space prevents the mobs from spawning above the spawner and just sitting up there, and the two spaces beneath give it plenty of room for zombies to spawn anywhere in this area. And again, you can see the redstone lamps, and I will explain that in a moment. Now, first step is to choose the direction you want your water to flow in so that it will send the zombies in one direction only. For this demonstration, I've chosen north as the direction I want water to flow in. So step one of this process is to go to the south-facing wall. You're going to put a block of your choice in the southeast corner, and you're going to put a block of your choice in the southwest corner. Once you've done that, you're going to take a bucket of water. You're going to place one bucket of water there and one bucket of water there. When you look at this from the air, what you're going to find is that the water from these two blocks flows down here and leaves this dry area right here. We want this dry area gone so that the water will flow directly to the center, which is that block right there. So here's how I do it. The first thing that I do is I take out a block. Oops, not that block. That was a boo-boo. We take out that block there, that block there, that block there, and that block there. That block there, that block there, and that block there. So as you can see, I took the one dry block at the edge of the water. Now, I'm going to take one more block from each of these columns here. So one block here, one block here, one block here, one block here, and even that corner block. We do the same on this side. Take that block, that block, that block, and that block. Our next step is to remove all these dry blocks. So we're going to go ahead and start doing that. Now this block I'll remove last, and when I do, you'll see that I've prepared a tunnel underneath it in advance. Normally there would not be one and you would need to create it. So let me get in the air for this. And you can see all the water flows down here. Anything spawning in the water will flow directly to the center right there. Now I don't want that tunnel full of water. I want it to have dry space for the zombies to walk on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a sign right there. What the sign does is it blocks all the water from going down there, yet still directs all the zombies down into that tunnel. Now we're going to go into the little room that's built on the other side of that tunnel to look at that and the redstone circuitry, and I'll explain exactly how the rest of this works. At the end of the tunnel that we built for the zombies to fall into, which I pre-built, is a room for you to have your zombie villagers be cured, and you can put them away in some place where they won't keep wandering all over the room. I've made this a small room, but you can make it as large as you want. And as you can see, here's the tunnel where the water drops the zombies. You'll notice I have a piston right there, two pistons right here, controlled by this switch. In addition to that, this switch controls the redstone power to this block, which turns this torch on and off. This torch is a tower of torches that brings redstone power to the top of the mob spawner, and it turns this one on when under certain conditions. When this is on, it powers across here. You do want the redstone to come to the center of this if you do it design like mine. And so I put a repeater here just to make sure it had enough power because part of it wasn't lighting. And the redstone connects here, and I've got redstone going across each of the redstone lamps. And that causes when you flip the switch, the lamps will go on and off depending on the position of the switch. So let's go back into the room. We'll look at the redstone circuitry a little bit more, and I'll explain what the pistons are for. When the switch is in this direction, these two pistons are extended. That one in back is not. Any zombies that spawn are free to fall down into this tunnel. Because they're aggressive, they'll come towards you, and you will be able to kill them through the bars of these two pistons. So you would kill any zombies that are not zombie villagers and wait for a zombie villager to fall down here. When a zombie villager falls down there, you will immediately flip the switch, which allows the zombie villager to come out here. You would go ahead and put a weakness potion on them and hit them with a golden apple and start the curing process. Once they are cured, you would push them into a space like this, and then seal it off like that so your zombie villager is trapped in there. Your cured villager is trapped in there, and you can trade with them at will. Now, let's examine this a little further. The reason that there's 3 pistons is we want the zombie villager to be able to come out into the room so we can cure him or do whatever we need to do with him. This piston, when these doors are open, this piston will close. It prevents any additional zombies that may have spawned while you're trying to get to the switch from coming into the tunnel. They just kind of sit here. And you'll notice when this piston is extended, the redstone lamps up there are lit up, and that prevents additional spawnings until those lamps go out. That zombie spawner is not dark enough for any further zombies to spawn until you flip the switch again. Now, here's how the redstone circuitry works. This switch, because it's on this block, will immediately power this piston and this piston, and in this situation, it's actually turned them off. And when it's off, it sends no current over here, and this torch lights up. Because this column is set up so that the top torch lights up when this one is lit, it provides power to the redstone lamps on top of the spawner, and then those redstone lamps stay on until we flip the switch again. The way that the front piston works is the switch cuts off the power to this block, which allows this torch to light up, and this torch will light up this little circuit here, this repeater, and power that piston. So that's basically how the circuitry works. Now, if I flip it back the other way, you'll see that this block is powering these 2 pistons because of the switch. These 2 pistons open, that piston closes. Again, that's because when the switch is in this direction, the redstone circuitry here is powered, which causes this torch to go off, which cuts off the power to the front piston. And you can also see that the power goes on over here. This torch goes off, and the torch on the very top goes off. So the lights in the spawner room are off. Now, we're going to go ahead and simulate zombies in this tunnel because I'm playing in single player and I can't figure out how to get them to spawn. So, just a moment. Okay, as you can see, I have 2 zombies in the tunnel. They're not as aggressive as they would be in a real game. And what you're going to notice is, yes, I can kill them in either of the 2 squares of the tunnel by simply using a sword or any other weapon within the empty spaces of the piston. And you can even reach way back there and kill them back there. And you can retrieve the experience points by just standing here. If there is a drop back there that you want, like a silver bar or something like that, you can quickly flip this, go in here and get your loot or whatever you need. And this piston will keep any further zombies from dropping. The lights are on, so you're safe from any further spawning. And that is basically it. When a zombie villager comes and is standing right there, then you're going to want to quickly flip the switch so that zombie villager will come out of the room, out of the tunnel, and into the room. and the other piston will block further zombies from coming out. When the zombie villager is out here, you're going to try and cure him. When he's cured, you're going to push the villager in there, and everything is just easy peasy piece of cake. Normally, this redstone would be behind a wall, so we're going to show you how to build the wall just because it looks nicer with a wall, less like some project in progress, that sort of thing. And I can't function this morning. Shut up, you zombie, I'm going to kill you. Hang on, let me get rid of that moany little guy. There you go, die! Okay, so he's dead. So you can hide all the redstone very easily behind a wall. What you want to notice is between the hole that you created there where the sign is up there and no water comes in. The tunnel is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks long. Right here under this first block, you do need to put a piston, and then a space, and then 2 more pistons, a block, and the switch. And for my personal preference, I don't like this block here, so I always have it off. I always have it gone so I have easy access to the switch, and I just put a block here so it looks nice. It still works just as well as it did before. Well, actually, no, it doesn't, because it cut off the redstone circuitry. But there you go. You can figure out a way to hide that, because there is a way, and I'm just too lazy to figure it out right now. If you have any questions, please comment, and I'll try and answer them for you. I will include the lab map zip so that you can actually download it and play with this to your heart's content and destroy it or whatever you want to do. Again, this is WordSpire. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.